G'day pals, and welcome to Timberborn, a game I've actually been meaning to play for such a long time. But thank you so much to the developers Mechanistry for sponsoring this video. The new Wonders of Water update has just gone live, and it adds a whole bunch of new content and replayability to the game. So if you want to check out the game, now is the perfect time. I'll leave all of the links down below. For those that don't know Timberborn, we're basically a little colony of beavers left behind in a post-apocalyptic wasteland after all humans become extinct. There's two clans of beavers that we could choose to be. The first is the Folktails. They kind of have an affinity with nature and they're expert farmers. And then there's the Iron Teeth. They're much more focused on science and don't really respect the environment as much. But for this first time playing, we're going to go with the Folktails. Rip City. It sounds a bit ominous, but let's go with it. Now this is our little starting settlement. As you can see, there's lush green areas, and then there's these more wastelandy bits. It has everything to do with where the water's flowing on the map. That's where being a beaver comes in handy. Wow, look how big this map is, by the way. Our little settlement looks so tiny in comparison. Now you might be thinking, oh well, we're totally fine because we've got water here, lots of green grass to grow crops. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. So if we follow the path of the water up here, we can see that it all comes down to a couple of water sources. There's one here, and there's also one over here that I can see. And it won't be long before we hit a drought, and then all of this water will start to dry up. Actually, is this like a little bridge or something? What's going on here? Oh, it's like a little aqueduct of poop. Why is there an aqueduct of poop here? Oh, I don't like how close that is to our water source. Luckily, all the water is flowing this way. I'm not sure if that can change or not. But there's a few things we want to do to get our little base up and running here. First thing we probably want is food. So if we go to this little carrot menu, we can pick a gatherer flag, which lets us gather resources from wild plants. Just like these little berry bushes over here. We just need to make sure that we connect every building with a path to this district center. So you can see they're connected when it's got this green line connecting all the buildings. Now our little hardworking beavers are going to make sure that's built in no time, just like so. Oh yeah, and straight away we've got a little beaver going and picking some berries. His name is Rick Rohde, and he's 18 years old. We'll leave him alone to collect some more berries while we sort out the next thing on our list, which is getting enough water supply. These are basically pumping machines that can pull water out of the rivers near our base. Same thing, we're going to want to connect this with a path. I guess we can work our way around these berry bushes. This one needs 12 logs. Oh, actually, we have 0 logs at the moment, so let's fix that up. What we need is a lumberjack flag. Looks like there's a little forest up on this hill, so this is a good place for it, I'm guessing. There's even a little set of stairs built into this mountain, so we can use that. Although that is the dodgiest set of stairs I've ever seen. It's more like a slippery dip with some bumps in it. Oh my gosh, for a second I thought all my beavers were deceased. It looks like they're all just sleeping. You can even hear them snoring if you listen closely enough. Oh, and there's little baby beavers as well. It looks like our colony is made up of 8 adults and 4 babies at the moment. So after a while, they should grow up into adults. Oh yeah, this little one is 94% grown into an adult. So he'll be able to help us out very shortly. Okay, Voomdith is helping us build our lumberjack flag. There we go. All we need to do is say that we want to cut down pretty much all of these trees, I'm going to say. Oh, and Javilla's going for it already. Look at him hoeing into that tree. That's our first log. Oh, actually, he got 2 from that one tree. Okay, we should start to use that wood to build this water pump, but we're also going to need some places to store the water that we get. So I think let's build a few of these over here. Looks like you can get all kinds of crazy stuff. There's maple syrup, a catalyst, extract, bad water, biofuel. Yeah, let's stick with water for the time being. I don't even know what all those things are yet. And we can also build some large piles to store the wood that we've got as well. So I think for now we can put it over here and we'll tell that to store wood. We've still got 4 unemployed beavers. That is absolutely not on. So we can add more workers at our district center. They're kind of like general workers. They can help move resources around and build buildings. Oh, and this is Edaz. He's a little baby that's just grown up into an adult. But his work ethic has a little to be desired. Why are you sitting right in the doorway as well? Like, it's fine if you want to take a break and not do any work, but you're just getting in the way of everyone else at the moment. Oh, it looks like our little berry gatherer is full as well. He's even leaving little boxes of berries in the middle of the field. So in that case, let's build a medium warehouse. If we hide that in here, then we should be able to tell that to store berries. That's just going to need 15 logs. Okay, I'm thinking one lumberjack is probably not enough at the moment, so let's build a second one. The range is really good on these actually, so it shouldn't be a problem. Looks like the different trees are worth a different amount of wood too. This birch tree is worth only 1 log, whereas these pine trees are worth 2 logs. And there's even a way to get pine resin from them as well if we had a tapper's shack. But that is definitely something we need to work our way up to. It needs so many different things that we don't have. Okay, finally we've got someone in the water pump. It's Mezil. He's pumping out water as fast as he can, which is very good because all of our beavers are getting extremely thirsty. We can even see their happiness rating, and we're not doing so good at the moment. There's only one beaver that isn't thirsty. Looks like they've got so many other requirements as well, like they want shelter. I think this clan of beavers like wet fur, different kinds of food they need, and social things. We'll try and get to all of these. We want our little beaver colony to be happy, you know? Oh no, this little baby beaver is so thirsty. Ozobull. He's dehydrated. It looks like all the beavers are just coming to take the water from the pumping station, so it's kind of first in, best dressed at the moment. But we're going to prioritize one of these small water tanks so we can start to store it. There's just so much to explore on this map, it's crazy. Like, what is this thing? A ruins. It looks like it was an old skyscraper or something. And I think if we upgrade enough, we can take scrap metal from it. Oh, and whatever this is, underground ruins. Oh man, I can't wait to get up to that stage. Okay, well, we're back to neutral happiness at least. No one's thirsty anymore, which is very good to see. We've got our first water storage built now as well. It has 0 water in it. So we've got some work to do. Do you know what? I'm actually going to build a second pumping station. I definitely do not want to fall behind on the water. So we'll build that right next to the other one and connect it with a path as well. Once this river dries out, we're going to have no source of water. So we really need to make sure we can store enough. There's also some ways that we can trap water in with dams and levees and things like that. So we're going to have to make sure those are built before the drought comes. Voomdith. He's carrying 2 logs. It weighs 12 kilos. Oh, I didn't realize these beavers could carry up to 14 kilos. That seems like a lot for a beaver. Or are these more like human-sized beavers? They've just grown out of control since all humans became extinct. Very nice. We've got our second pumping station up and running. Seji's going to man that, and he's going to also pump as much water as possible. And this should be the last 2 logs that we need for our warehouse as well. Oh, and they've instantly started storing berries in there as well, so we can start to build up our food supply. All right, it's all coming together. This beaver colony is going to survive one way or the other. I'm just looking through this menu of things that we can build down below. Pretty much to unlock anything, we need these research points. In the Wonders of Water update, they added these wonders as kind of like the final late game building that you can make. There's this one, the Earth Recultivator, which basically just looks like a way to save the Earth, if I'm honest. But it takes 20,000 science points and just an insane amount of every resource. So basically what I'm thinking is we should build one of these little inventor shacks. So that way we can start to collect science as soon as possible. Oh man, our beavers just keep growing up. We've only got one little baby left who's 77% grown. But I just realized we still haven't built anywhere for the beavers to live. They're kind of just sleeping out in the open at night, exposed to the elements. So I think that's the next thing we want to build is some housing. I actually really like the look of this little wall here. I think that's a perfect place for some housing, or lodges as the game calls them. Each one of these can sleep 3 beavers in. All right, we'll do something like this to start with. That's 5 little lodges, and we'll connect them all up with paths as well. For each of them, we're just gonna need 12 logs, so that'll take a little while to get built. Oh, but we have our little inventor hut with Akita or Akita helping to research some science. I'm actually going to put this building on a higher priority, so there's always a beaver inside. And actually, I'll do a very high priority on both of our water pump stations. I don't want those to ever be unmanned, or unbeavered, I guess. This is the last night you're sleeping out in the cold, I promise. Yes, there we go. There's our first house, and it's immediately full of beavers. We've got Voomdith, who's 15, Hyuptu, who's 19, and Ozobull, the last baby of the colony, who is age 6. Man, beavers become adults at a very young age, don't they? It's kind of weird. Oh, but our food is getting a little bit low. We definitely need to work on that. I think it's time that we built one of these guys, a farmhouse, and that will let us plant and harvest some crops. Looks like there's some different crop options. The fastest one to grow is carrots though, so I think let's do that just to make sure we get ahead. And I don't know how big is big enough for crops, but maybe something like this would be a good start. I mean, that seems like it's enough carrots, right? I'm just going to build another warehouse in here, which will be storage for our carrots whenever that's ready. And we're going to build one last water tank as well, since our third one is nearly full. I don't think you can ever have too much water. Our farmhouse is complete, and we've got Rajin and Ozobul. They're getting straight into action planting the carrots for us. And it looks like our berry gatherer has collected just about every berry in sight. So I think I'll pause that for the moment, just so the beaver goes and does something else instead. Oh, and actually that's a really good thing. He's going to go and help do some farming with the others. On the other side of our base, there's also a tiny forest. I think we're just going to harvest all of those trees as well. These are just birch trees, so they're only worth 1 wood each. But just looking over the other side of the river here, there are these oak trees, which are worth 8 wood each. So I'm actually thinking getting over there is what we want to try and do. We're also about 1 week into this colony as well. I'm not sure at what point the droughts start. This seems to be flowing nicely over here. But we want to start a bit of drought proofing as well. So I think we can do 2 birds with 1 stone. We've got these little dams which can block some water, but also let a little bit spill through so you don't overflow things. They cost 20 logs each to build, but I'm thinking if we just build a little line in the thinnest part, maybe along here, then the idea is that we can keep some water on this side where our pumps are. And that also means that we could have a little walking path over the top so that we can harvest some of these oak trees. Oh, we had a new baby beaver born, Ate, and we just got to 3 happiness. I mean, the fact that that is progress is just really sad for the colony, isn't it? Akita is still punching out the science for us, but even still, we're only up to 47. And just looking on what we can spend it on, even to unlock wooden stairs, we need 70 science. I'm glad we built it so early, but I actually think we're going to need 2 of these guys. Because if we're going to build a next row of houses on top of here, we're going to need not only wooden stairs, but these platforms as well, which cost 100 science. But one thing I have noticed is there's actually a forester, which is 60 research. So I think that's the next thing we're going to have to unlock. Unfortunately though, it needs wooden planks to build. And to get those, we're going to need a lumber mill, so we can process wooden logs into wooden planks. I think we're going to have to build it up above in this top area. And the reason for that is you actually need power to get this thing to run. So down in this little power tab, there's a few different ways that you can generate power. The one I think we should try first is the water wheel. So this basically just generates power when there's a flow of water making the wheels spin. And it looks like there's a pretty good current here, so that should work nicely. There's also a giant hamster wheel, so we can use this for some power if the water's not flowing, I guess. Actually, I'm going to move the lumber mill to here instead. I think this is a bit better for our beavers to get to. And a little bit easier for us to get the power to, because we actually have to run power shafts from the wheel directly to the building. Have one going this way here, and then back in the other direction, and then plug the gap with the last power shaft. So that should be everything we need to run power to the lumber mill. And we've got 64 science now, so let's unlock the forester. But like I said, we're not going to be able to build this until we actually get some planks from this whole power setup that we've got going on. Right, we're actually in a bit of a pickle again because we've completely run out of food. The berries haven't grown back yet, which is kind of crazy. They take forever. There are some berries over this side, so we could potentially make our way over there. The only issue is that we don't have stairs, so we can't get down into the water. Over here, these are taking forever to build, so maybe we just need to make these dams a high priority to get over the river faster. Okay, never mind. The carrots have grown just in time. And the drought's approaching. Oh, it's all happening at once. These brave souls are going to save our whole colony with these carrots. There we go. They're loading the boxes into the farmhouse. And all of the beavers have stolen them before they can even go into storage. Look at this little berry picker. He's got absolutely nothing to do. He's just sitting there starving. I'm just going to pause that gatherer flag again. You can go and do something useful instead. Everyone get in here. Get your carrots. Even the little babies. Come on. The babies are actually so cute when they run. Look at them go. Smekos. What a name. Alright, it looks like we've got 2.2 days until this drought comes. And our dam is still only like half complete. That really needs to finish. Or there's a chance that we could actually lose all of this food that we've grown. I'm going to focus my farmers on just harvesting the crops that we have before planting any new ones. Wellbeing level 5. Apparently, everyone eating carrots is a very good thing. All right, up in this top right-hand corner, we've got a little clock. Normally, the beavers only work 16 hours a day, but since we're so close to the drought, I think we're going to extend that to 20 hours. We're going to push our beavers to their limit. Oh, and a berry's grown as well. So let's re-enable our berry gatherer. We're going to need all the food we can for this drought period. Oh no, the drought's here. It started. All of the water sources have dried up completely. So there's no more water flowing into all of these rivers. There's still a little bit of water in here flowing down the river for us, which is good. But our dam's not even finished yet. We've got one giant gaping hole in it. Oh no, there it goes. All this water has just evaporated. We've still got the tiniest bit of water left in here. But as soon as that goes, all of this green area is going to turn to wasteland. Yes, okay, we're building it. It's finished. Oh, it's basically like no water at all, though. That's going to run out so quickly. Look, I can see the bottom already. And we've still got one full day of the drought. Oh, there it goes. It's gone. Everything's starting to dry up. Even the berries on the other side that we're trying to get to. Oh, no. The blueberry bushes will die in 8 days. They'll be okay. The carrots will die in 2 days. But we should have water come back by then, I hope. Droughts are serious. It can wipe out all of your food if you're not prepared, which we absolutely were not. Since we're still in dire need of wood, let's build a lumberjack over here like we had planned. We've got the completed dam now, so we can get to the other side of this river. And I'm going to tell our beavers to chop down all of these trees because there is so much wood in these oak trees. Even they'll die in 16 days if they don't get water for that long. We've still got 3 full tanks here, so I think we're doing pretty well on the water side of things. But I think we've pretty much come to the end of the drought now. This is one of the dried up water sources just here. It looks like we're just a couple of hours away from that reactivating. There we go. There's all of the water. Actually, I just realized it's going to take a while before it makes its way back to our base. That is a long way for the water to need to travel. All right, the water is coming. It's so slow though. But you can see this wave of green slowly coming for us. 0.8 of a day before the carrots dry out. I think we might just be okay. Yes, okay, they're saved. We didn't lose any carrots. Oh man, I love watching the green kind of flood over the landscape. It's so nice. But I think we've learnt our lesson from that first drought. We need to be much better prepared for the next one. They're only going to get worse from here on out. We do have our lumber mill though. Oh, and the water wheel, which is actually spinning already. And it's generating power. That's really good to see. Love your work, Voomdith. Oh, he's a 27-year-old beaver. Is that like middle-aged or is he getting old now? I don't even know. And then we go. All of our power shafts are finished. Oh man, that looks so cool how it all works. Just makes me want to build some giant mechanical machine. We'll get there eventually. Okay, so we've got Ate in our lumber mill. He can turn 1 log into 1 plank of wood. And by the way this is spinning, I think he's actually doing it. Oh yeah, he is. You can see the percentage go up. And in no time, we got all the logs we needed to finish building the forester. Oh, we can plant blueberry bushes. I didn't even realize. There's dandelions. And then we've got our choice of trees. The birch trees take 9 days to grow and give 1 wood. Pine trees are 12 days but give 2 wood. I feel like that's a better deal. Okay, we're going to start with the pine trees, I think. They just need green grass to grow on as well. So as long as we've got that, we should be fine. Ditid, you can stop being an inventor for a second, and you can go and be a forester and help to plant some little baby trees. Ah, look, there's our first one. What I'd really like to do is start to build more houses though so we can get more beavers. Oh, actually, all we need is to unlock this platform. And I'm pretty sure if we build 1 platform here in this little gap, then I think I should be able to build a house on top. Yeah, I can. So then I can just build a row of platforms in front here so that the beavers can access the front doors. Then we can start bumping up our population. And our next harvest of carrots has come through just in the nick of time as well. We actually completely ran out from our storage area. The rate we run out of food, I'm kind of thinking we do need a second farm. It might be good to try out some of these other foods like the potatoes. The only thing we need to do is I think we need a grill so that we can cook them. But it does mean that it would make our beavers even happier if we did that. So I think we should give it a go. Little farm in here. We'll say that we want to plant some potato crops. About that much. And we'll just build a little warehouse to store everything right next to it. And set that for potatoes. Oh, perfect. We just finished the little access for our new house. So now we have a couple of empty beds in there that need to be filled. Right now, it looks like we've got 13 adult beavers and 2 beaver children that are growing up rapidly. Digimel and Josluzui. Why don't these beavers have easy names to say? I mean, looking down the list, there's some pretty unique names, I've got to say. I was just looking at some of these bonuses on our beavers. It looks like the higher their well-being level, the more they get bonuses to certain stats. Like at well-being level 5, they've got 10% working speed, 5% movement speed. And if we could get to level 7, they'd have a 20% extra life expectancy. I actually think that's a really good goal that we should work towards. I just realized now that we're over this side of the river, we're getting very close to this poopy water over here, which I'm not sure if it's too good for our beaver's health. It looks like this little area here is the main thing we want to avoid. It's like this little toxic ring around all the poopy water. But I think as long as we can avoid that right now, then we're totally fine. I love these little bridges and things that the dams make if you just put a path over the top. It's so cool. It seems like with the new update as well, there's so much more verticality that you can have in your buildings now. Oh, I didn't realize some of our beavers have been dying of old age. Rajin died of old age. Mezil died of old age. Verbinus died of old age. Never even heard of him before. But we've had so many little babies being born as well. I guess that's just part of the life cycle, right? Now, actually, if we want to speed our way up to level 7 well-being, there is actually a well-being tab down here as well. So we can build things like a campfire, which is like a little spot for the beavers to sit in. There's a rooftop terrace as well. Oh, you can put that on top of buildings for beavers to hang out in. That's really cool. And there's actually this thing here called a shower, which I have to unlock for 50 science. Our beavers actually have a need to have wet fur, so just getting that alone might even give us 1 extra point. I think we just need to build it near water. Oh yeah, like here. All right, it looks like Senway is bringing the last wooden plank that we need. And there we go. We've got a fully functioning shower. It's not weird watching a beaver have a shower, right? Wait, he just became an adult in the shower. What kind of superpowers does this shower have? Or is it just like rapidly aging all of our beavers? But if we look at his stats now, he has a +1 to wet fur. So that's actually working perfectly. We just need to get him to have 1 more point, and he could live for 20% longer. So you know what? That is where our new little potato farm comes in. We've got Digimel in here planting all of the potatoes. So let's build a grill next to the potato storage. And then I guess on the other side of the grill, we want another warehouse where we can store the cooked potatoes. Our water's probably a little bit low for what we need, so I think we should build some more water storage as well. We'll build a few extra down here. We'll just build all of the water storage we could ever need. That should be enough to set us up for a lifetime. Oh no, the next drought's approaching. It looks like we've got 3 days until it hits. So in that case, I'm going to prioritize a few of these water storage tanks actually. And we've still only got 2 water pumps, so I think we should build a 3rd. Let's make that a super high priority as well. Our food's looking really good though. Look how full this carrot storage is. It's at 175 of 200, so I don't think food's going to be a problem for us this time around. Look at them all pumping away here. Oh yeah, that's helping our water storage so much, just having that extra 1. Oh, but it's drought time again. This is going to make me very nervous. And actually, even more so since we have 23 beavers now. Actually, 2 just died of old age, so let's make it 21. It looks like the water is so low in this top part now that we're not generating any power. See, our wheels stop spinning. So it's times like these where the hamster wheel's going to come in very handy. So I think we're going to have to bite the bullet and build one of these bad boys. Oh, yep, there it goes. All the water's drying up, completely dried up at this top area. But it's actually still so deep in this bit. Now that we've got 3 pumps and also a shower in there though, I wonder how quickly that's going to drop the level. Doesn't seem like there's a way that I can actually stop visitors from coming to this shower. Actually, what about if I just do this? Yeah, there we go. Now you can't access it. Outsmarted. How did you get there? He got there without a path. It says this building isn't connected to any district center by paths. How are the beavers getting in there? Do I need to destroy this one as well? Sneaky little guy. Okay, I may have just realized something obvious. We're finally going to unlock some wooden stairs for 70 science. Which is probably what most people would unlock first. But what happens if we build a little set of stairs down here into the water and then one out to the other side again? Does that mean all of our beavers will just get washed in the water? You might not even need showers if that works. Oh, and we've finally got some potatoes. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, he's just harvested them. And here comes our little baker, Zonraja. I was like, why has he got that log? But yeah, I guess you need something to make the flames, don't you? So he's delivered the wood. He's grabbed the potatoes. And there he goes. He's grilling them now. So he turns 1 potato and 0.1 of a log into 4 grilled potatoes. And now we're storing them in our warehouse. Oh man, I love the little steamy potato on the box. Looks like we've got our first little customer. Wait, he just got +2 from that. So he's a well-being of 7, which means he can live for 20% longer. Oh, that's so good. I didn't realize all of these foods are actually a +2. Maple pastries are actually a +3. Maybe we should add something like this campfire. That will be nice for all of the beavers to go and hang out there. Wait, I actually just forgot that we were still in a drought. There's 0.4 days left. And we've still got plenty of water left. We're not going to run out anytime soon. Oh, and our beavers reached a well-being of level 6. Oh, no, level 7. That means across the board, we've got a 20% boost to life expectancy. Oh, it must be because our campfire just completed. Look at everyone here just hanging out around the campfire, sharing scary stories. Actually, some of them have a well-being of 8 after being here. You know what? I feel like increasing the beavers' well-being is my goal in life at the moment. I won't be happy until they are max well-being. And finally, the drought has ended. Right, here comes the water again. Oh man, it's so nice watching that greenery grow. Oh, and good, now our trees have water again so they can keep growing. Our little dam area is gonna fill up with water, and once it's full, it should start to spill through to the other side. Yeah, there we go. All right, everything's back to normal. And the main thing is we've got our power up and running again. We did build this wheel, but we didn't actually have to use it just yet. But if any of these beavers start slacking off, that's the first place they're going. Our housing now kind of looks like a cheap motel. I kind of love it though. We're getting these completed now, and I actually might make a path in between there because I think that the beavers can travel between, right? I mean, they are beavers after all. I'm sure that they can swim. All right, let's test our theory out with Boomdith. Right now, he doesn't have any wet fur bonus. Oh, look at him swim. He can swim. He's even building while he's swimming. And yeah, just swimming gives them that wet fur bonus, so they don't need to take showers every time if we can help it. But at least we've got the option for both. They seem to like taking showers for whatever reason. All right, our little village is coming along nicely. Although if we can survive the next drought, I've got some grand plans for this. Thanks once again to Mechanistry for sponsoring the video. If you want to check the game out and see the full list of updates, click the links down below. If you want to see Timberborn made into a series on the channel, leave a like on the video. Love you. Mwah. Okay, bye.